In the not too distant future, most gas stations are going to look exactly like this one, abandoned. You know why? The 2011 Nissan LEAF, the world's first mass-produced battery electric vehicle. We're going to look back at this date as really a turning point, not only in our history, but in the true way that we move ourselves from point A to point B. You get about 100 miles of range on one charge, and a charge could take anywhere from half an hour to about 20 hours, depending on how empty and exactly what form of charging you use. So in the world that we live in today, you can take this vehicle right now, plug it into your 110 outlet. It'll take you about 20 hours for a full charge. If you've got the battery about halfway charged, maybe about 8 to 10 hours, and you're done. Or you could get a 220 charger. It costs you about $500 plus installation, and you can get that done in about a full charge 8 hours, half a charge about 4. But you have no need to worry about range anxiety because you know you got 100 miles with this, and there's going to be a lot of stations coming soon. By 2012, about 20,000 stations. You'll be able to look on your monitor, know exactly where you're at, what kind of range you have, and where the nearest recharging station is. Nissan really pushed the edge of design with this LEAF. As you can see, it has a very provocative style. They've really kind of pushed it all the way to the edge, just not over the edge. One of the things they had to do to reduce the wind noise from the mirrors is enhance these headlights. As you can see, they're really, really pronounced, and you have this rail over here. All of this helps bring the wind over the mirror. Those are the kind of things that went into getting the coefficient of drag down to 0.29, which is really, really tremendous. And I believe an egg is 0.3, so just to put it in perspective. And you can see that the styling is pretty good. The LEAF is really a great driving vehicle. Besides all the benefits you get from having a zero emissions, all electric vehicle, you get a vehicle that drives very nicely. Quite frankly, it's as nice as many luxury cars that we've driven. It's just extremely smooth, very efficient, and the steering feels quite connected. Not at all what I expected. Very, very pleased with this vehicle, and you will be as well. The battery pack on this vehicle is basically located in the center and towards the back. It weighs about 600 pounds, and what that does is it really helps balance the car out to a near 50-50 front to back weight ratio. It handles quite nicely and accelerates just tremendously. I mean, you're not going to break any 0 to 60 times, but I can tell you this, you're not going to get left behind either. As you can see, when we get down to a low battery level, there's a big indicator that says battery level low. You can see 11-mile range is flashing, and there's a orange, what looks like a gas pump. It's really a charging station with a plug on the end of it. So that's what's happening on the dash. And in the center console, you'll see current driving range 11 miles. It tells you to turn off your climate control and to touch the button for stations. So we're going to do that. It's searching for nearby stations, and it's located a couple, which thankfully is right here, good old Nissan way. But that's essentially the process you would go through. Now, as you can see, this dash looks pretty good right now, but one of my biggest complaints, really probably my only complaint about this car, is that during bright sunlight, it's really hard to see. And if you're wearing sunglasses, you can pretty much forget about it. So it's just one thing that maybe Nissan can work on for next time. Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. But you know what? That's a good thing. $3 a gallon versus electricity. Okay? Electricity is going to cost you about 1/6 the energy that gas is going to cost you. Over a 3-year period, you'll spend about $1,800 for regular maintenance on a typical 4-cylinder vehicle. On this vehicle, about $400. Lots of savings. This car just makes sense on so many levels. You ask about price, well, $33,000. They all come with navigation. There's a $7,500 government tax credit right now, so your effective cost is about $25,000. And no maintenance, never having to visit a gas station again. Also, there's a subsidized lease, $2,500 down, $350 a month for 3 years, 36,000 miles. I mean, how can you go wrong with it? Oh, you want to ask about batteries? 8-year, 100,000 mile warranty. And the battery life effectively is really about 10 years, 150,000 miles. So it's going to be a long ways away before you have to worry about batteries. Love driving this. I encourage you, go down there. But I got to tell you, there's already 20,000 people that have said they're going to buy one. They put a deposit down. They're not even taking deposits anymore. And that's about all they're going to build this year, so you may have to wait till next year. But I got to tell you, it's worth the wait. Get behind the wheel of one. You know what? I'm going to go drive it some more. I'm having that much fun. So there you have it, the 2011 Nissan LEAF battery electric vehicle. For more information, go to Autotube, that's autotoob.com. We'll see you next time behind the driver's seat.